You ever meet someone who wears the same hoodie every day, drives a beat-up old car, never posts vacations, and somehow they're always calm about money? Like your paycheck hits and you're already mentally subtracting rent, groceries, and that one dumb purchase you swore you wouldn't make again. Meanwhile, this person is like, yeah, I might quit my job next year. We'll see. No stress, no panic, no dramatic budgeting spreadsheets. And you're sitting there thinking, how is this person so broke looking, but so financially unbothered? Because here's the thing, the richest people you'll ever meet rarely look like it. And today, we're talking about how they hide it, the real stealth wealth reality. My name is Liam, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, behavior, and why people do really weird things with both. If you're someone who feels like you're doing everything right, but still doesn't feel rich yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, most people think wealth looks loud, big house, new car, luxury vacations, designer everything. But here's what most people don't realize. Real wealth is quiet. It doesn't need applause. It doesn't need proof. And it definitely doesn't need Instagram. And once you understand how stealth wealth actually works, you'll never look at rich people the same way again. We're trained to believe that if someone is rich, you should be able to tell. But that's backwards. The loudest spenders are usually the most fragile financially, and the quietest spenders, they're often the ones with real options. Federal Reserve data shows the top 10% of households own about 2/3 of all wealth in the U.S. But when researchers look at spending patterns, they find something weird. Wealthier households often spend less of their income than middle-class households. Not less money total, less of what they make. As people get wealthier, many don't upgrade their lifestyle at the same speed. They don't feel the need to prove anything. They already won. Let me paint you a picture. The guy wearing plain sneakers, faded jeans, and a $12 t-shirt could easily be sitting on $3 million in investments. The woman driving a 12-year-old Toyota might own 3 rental properties and have 0 debt. The neighbor who never renovates, never flexes, never upgrades might be financially independent and just waiting for the right moment to quit working. Stealth wealth looks like this. Old car, paid off. Modest house, paid down. No visible luxury. Massive flexibility. Very low financial stress. And this is where it gets really interesting. They don't look rich because looking rich is expensive. Let's do simple math. Person A wants to look rich. They buy a $50,000 car. Finance. $500 a month. $200 for insurance. $200 for gas. $100 for maintenance. That's about $1,000 a month just for the image. That's $12,000 a year. Person B drives a paid-off car and invests that same $1,000 every month. At 8% returns, after 10 years, that's about $183,000. After 20 years, almost $600,000. After 30 years, over $1.4 million. Same money, 2 different choices. One gets compliments, the other gets freedom. Here's what most people don't realize. Every dollar you spend to look rich is a dollar you can't use to be rich. Now you might be thinking, okay, Liam, but don't rich people enjoy their money? They do, just not in ways you can easily see. They buy time, peace, options, control. They buy the ability to say no, the ability to walk away, the ability to sleep. That doesn't show up in photos. And psychologically, something really interesting happens. When people feel secure, they stop performing. They don't need validation. They don't need approval. They don't need proof. Insecure money screams. Secure money whispers. There's a concept called signaling theory. People signal status when they're unsure of it. If you feel secure, you don't need to broadcast it. That's why new money is loud. Old money is quiet. Insecure money is flashy. Secure money is boring. Stealth wealth isn't about being cheap. It's about being intentional. They don't buy things to feel important. They buy things that remove problems. And most problems don't look cool. Here's something nobody talks about. Looking average gives you power. When people think you're broke, they don't compete with you. They don't envy you. They don't expect anything from you. They don't pressure you to spend. You get to move quietly, build with no noise, say no without explaining. Stealth wealth is freedom with camouflage. The real flex is taking time off without stress, turning down bad jobs, leaving bad relationships, moving cities if you want, not panicking during emergencies. Nobody claps for that, but that's what money is actually for. Not shoes, not cars, not watches. Options. Stealth wealth people usually do 5 things. They spend less than they could. They invest automatically. They avoid lifestyle inflation. They value peace over praise. priorities, and they don't explain themselves. They don't chase upgrades every year. They don't compete with neighbors. They don't care if you think you're successful. They already know. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but that sounds boring. Yeah, so is stability. So is security. So is waking up without panic. Excitement is expensive. Calm is rich. And most people are addicted to excitement, even if it keeps them broke. Here's the formula. Make decent money. Live like you make less. Invest the difference. Repeat quietly. No magic, no secret, just patience and discipline. Let me tell you about two people. Same age, same income. $80,000 a year. Person A upgrades every raise. Better apartment, new car, bigger lifestyle. Person B stays the same. Same apartment, same car, same habits, but invests $1,500 a month. After 25 years, person A looks successful, but feels stressed and has little flexibility. Person B looks average, feels calm, and has over $1 million invested. Same income, different mindset. That's stealth wealth. You don't notice them because they don't brag. They don't flex. They don't post. They don't perform. They don't need attention. They're too busy buying freedom. So here's what you can do starting now. Stop spending for approval. Ask yourself, would I still buy this if nobody saw it? Automate investing. Pay yourself first, quietly. Avoid lifestyle creep. Raises should grow investments, not ego. Value peace over praise, and get comfortable looking average. That's the uniform of financial freedom. Here's the final truth. Wealth is invisible at first. Then it's optional. Then it's quiet. The loud part is usually the weakest part. If you're driving an old car, skipping flashy upgrades, investing consistently, and living below your means, you don't look rich. You're becoming rich. And one day, you won't need to explain anything to anyone, because the richest feeling in the world isn't being admired, it's being unbothered. So build quietly, move calmly, and let everyone else compete in a game you already decided not to play. That's stealth wealth.